Lesson L022, AI and Creativity. Welcome to Lesson 22, where we explore the intersection of artificial intelligence and human creativity. This is a topic that provokes strong opinions on all sides. Some see AI as a revolutionary tool that democratizes creative work and unlocks new forms of expression. Others see it as a threat to human artists, musicians, writers, and designers whose livelihoods depend on their creative abilities. The truth, as usual, is more nuanced than either extreme position. We will cover AI-generated art and design, AI in music and audio, AI in writing and storytelling, the debate about AI creativity and authorship, and how creative professionals can thrive in an AI-augmented world. Let us begin with AI-generated art and design, which has made extraordinary progress in just a few years. Diffusion models like Stable Diffusion, DALL-E, and Midjourney can generate high-quality images from text descriptions in seconds. The leap in quality from 2022 to 2024 was dramatic. Early AI art was often recognizable by distorted faces, impossible anatomy, and incoherent compositions. Modern models produce images that are frequently indistinguishable from human-created work. Midjourney version 6, released in late 2023, generates photorealistic images with coherent text, accurate hand rendering, and consistent style across multiple generations. The commercial impact has been immediate. Stock photography sites are seeing increased competition from AI-generated images. Adobe reported that AI-generated content on its platform grew by over 300% in 2023. Graphic designers report using AI tools to rapidly iterate through concept variations, reducing the time from brief to initial design by 70% or more. The fashion industry uses AI to generate trend predictions, design patterns, and create virtual try-on experiences. Architecture firms use AI to generate building concepts from natural language descriptions. However, the rise of AI art has also sparked intense debate about copyright, compensation, and the nature of creativity itself. Artists whose work was used to train these models without consent or compensation have legitimate grievances. Class action lawsuits filed by artists against Stability AI and Midjourney are testing whether training on copyrighted works constitutes fair use. The outcome of these cases will shape the legal landscape of AI creativity for years to come. AI in music and audio has evolved from novelty to genuine creative tool. Music generation systems like Suno and Udio can create full songs with vocals, lyrics, instrumentation, and production quality that approaches professional standards. These systems can generate music in any genre, with specific moods, tempos, and instrumentation. A user can type a description like an upbeat acoustic folk song about morning coffee with gentle guitar and harmonica and receive a fully produced track in under a minute. For musicians, AI tools serve as creative collaborators rather than replacements. Composers use AI to generate harmonic progressions and melodic variations that they then refine and arrange. Producers use AI-powered mixing and mastering tools like LANDR and Isotope Ozone to achieve professional sound quality without expensive studio time. Sound designers use AI to create realistic environmental audio, sound effects, and ambient textures for games, films, and podcasts. The voice synthesis industry has been transformed. 11 Labs can clone a person's voice from a few minutes of sample audio and generate new speech in that voice with natural intonation and emotional expression. This technology has legitimate applications in audiobook production, accessibility for people who have lost their voice, and localization of content into multiple languages. But it also raises serious concerns about voice fraud, unauthorized deepfakes, and the potential for generating convincing misinformation. The music industry is grappling with questions about royalty structures, artist attribution, and how to compensate human musicians when AI can generate music at near zero marginal cost. AI in writing and storytelling is perhaps the most controversial creative application because writing is deeply tied to human identity and expression. Large language models can generate coherent, stylistically varied text across genres including fiction, poetry, journalism, screenwriting, and marketing copy. GPT-4 and Claude can produce short stories with compelling characters, plot development, and thematic depth. AI-generated novels have been published, some winning or placing in literary competitions, though this has been met with controversy. The practical applications for writers are significant. Authors use AI for brainstorming plot ideas, generating dialogue variations, and overcoming writer's block. Screenwriters use AI to analyze story structure, identify pacing issues, and generate alternative scenes. Journalists use AI to draft routine reports, data summaries, and initial article structures, freeing time for investigative work. Marketing teams use AI to generate copy variations for A/B testing, producing hundreds of ad variations in the time it previously took to write one. The technology is particularly valuable for translation, where AI can produce drafts that human translators then refine, dramatically increasing throughput while maintaining quality. However, concerns about AI writing are substantial. The flood of AI-generated content threatens to degrade the quality of information online. Academic institutions are struggling with AI-written essays. The creative writing community debates whether AI-generated stories constitute genuine artistic expression. The key tension is between AI as a tool that enhances human creativity and AI as a system that generates content that competes with human-created work, potentially undermining the economic viability of creative careers. The debate about AI creativity and authorship goes to philosophical questions about the nature of creativity itself. Can a machine be truly creative, or is it merely recombining patterns from its training data? The philosophical arguments cut both ways. Critics argue that AI lacks intentionality, consciousness, and lived experience, which are essential components of genuine creativity. A novel about grief is meaningful because it reflects human experience with loss. An AI that has never experienced anything cannot truly understand what it means to grieve, and therefore its output, however technically proficient, lacks the essential quality that makes art meaningful. This is the Chinese room argument applied to creativity. Defenders counter that human creativity is also a form of pattern recombination. Artists learn by studying existing work, absorbing influences, and synthesizing new compositions from existing elements. AI does the same thing, just at a larger scale and faster speed. The creativity lies not in the generation of novel combinations but in the selection, curation, and refinement of those combinations. From this perspective, the human who directs and edits AI output is the creative author. Copyright law is struggling to keep pace. In the United States, the Copyright Office has ruled that works created entirely by AI without human authorship cannot be copyrighted. However, works that use AI as a tool but involve significant human creative input can be protected. The boundary between tool and autonomous creator is fuzzy and will likely be defined through litigation over the coming years. The question of attribution is equally complex. When an AI model is trained on thousands of artists' work, and its output is influenced by all of them, who deserves credit or compensation? Creative professionals can thrive in an AI-augmented world by adapting their skills and positioning. The most successful creative professionals will be those who learn to work with AI as a collaborative tool rather than competing against it. The analogy to photography is instructive. When photography was invented, painters feared their profession would become obsolete. Instead, photography freed painters from the burden of realistic representation, leading to Impressionism, Cubism, abstract art, and entirely new movements that expanded what painting could be. Similarly, AI may free creative professionals from routine production work, allowing them to focus on what they do best: vision, judgment, curation, and the uniquely human elements that give creative work its meaning and emotional resonance. Practical strategies for creative professionals include learning to use AI tools as force multipliers for their existing skills. A graphic designer who can generate 20 concept variations in an hour and then select and refine the best ones is more valuable than one who spends a week producing 3 concepts from scratch. A writer who uses AI to overcome writer's block and generate alternative approaches is more productive than one who struggles alone. Developing expertise in areas where AI is weak is another strategy. AI struggles with genuine emotional depth, cultural nuance, personal experience, and long-form narrative coherence. Creative professionals who bring these human qualities to their work, using AI as a technical tool rather than a creative replacement, will maintain a competitive advantage. Building a personal brand and audience becomes more important as AI commoditizes content production. When anyone can generate professional-looking content, the differentiating factor becomes the human behind the work, their perspective, their story, their relationship with their audience. Community and connection become the moat that AI cannot replicate. As we conclude this lesson, the relationship between AI and creativity is neither purely threatening nor purely liberating. It is a complex, evolving dynamic that will reshape creative industries in ways we cannot fully predict. The creative professionals who thrive will be those who embrace AI as a tool while doubling down on the human qualities that make their work uniquely valuable: vision, emotion, cultural understanding, and authentic connection with their audience.